The Aurora police officer who shot and killed a man after a traffic stop had his credibility called into question by a judge in an earlier case. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Documents obtained by 9 News Investigate show the judge did not believe the officer's under oath testimony in a burglary case. That officer's statements are now at the center of the ongoing investigation into the August 30th shooting. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates has the latest.
A few clips from an Aurora police officer's body camera and a bystander's video captured the fatal confrontation with a man named Rajon Belt Stubblefield.
A tragedy at every level.
According to Aurora police, an officer tried to stop Belt Stubblefield for a traffic violation. Belt Stubblefield's car crashed into another vehicle, and a confrontation ensued. Police alleged Belt Stubblefield tossed a gun. Aurora Police Chief Todd Chamberlain said the officer had been involved in prior uses of force, but had no red flags in his background.
He also had personnel complaints, but there was nothing of major issue.
But 9 News Investigates has learned that in 2019, a judge found the officer's testimony in a burglary case not credible, adding the officer's words were inconsistent with body camera video.
That is pretty serious.
Ashley White is a Denver criminal defense attorney.
That is a judge finding that this officer is not to be trusted under oath in a court of law.
The judge threw out evidence collected by the officer and his partner, calling their actions blatant violations of the man's constitutional rights.
I think the public should be very concerned. It speaks to his credibility and reliability as an officer, but also his reliability in following the sort of protections that are put in place.
The officer is on paid leave while the shooting is being investigated by a multi-agency team. One of their tasks is to interview the officer about what he saw and heard and why he decided to shoot. To be clear, the officer has not been accused of wrongdoing in this most recent incident, and we are choosing at this time not to name him. Once the investigation is complete, the Arapahoe County District Attorney will determine whether any of the officer's actions violated state law. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Very interesting developments, Kevin, that I'm not sure a lot of folks saw coming, so thanks for staying on top of this for us. Let's switch gears, look at the weather. It's kind of a quietly warm day out there in Colorado today. We can expect more of that throughout the week as highs will sit comfortably in the 80s. Meteorologist Jade Knowles is here with the latest forecast.
Well, thank you, Alex, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So far in Fort Collins, you're seeing lots of sunshine, really a pretty and beautiful skyline so far, nice and blue skies, a little bit of cloud coverage as well. Here in downtown Denver, we're seeing a little bit of the same stuff. Temperatures, we're in the upper 80s this afternoon. We're dropping down to the low 80s currently, 80 degrees at the airport and 81 in Centennial. So far, though, current temperatures across the rest of the state, noticing still pretty warm towards the eastern plains. You're seeing the low 90s in Ray currently, 60s and 70s in the high country, then also the upper 80s towards the western slope. Now, we are tracking some isolated showers, mainly staying in the high country and parts of the foothills this afternoon, but noticing over towards parts of Kansas and Oklahoma, there's 2 tornado warnings currently on the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. So if you have any family members out there, just give them a call and check out on them. But so far here in the metro area, mainly staying nice and dry. There is a stray shower there just towards the east of Lakewood. And as I mentioned, that's going to continue throughout the rest of the evening hours. I really don't have a lot of rain in my forecast, but we could see a gusty storm or two. I have more details about that in my full forecast. Kim?
Thanks, Jaden. Good news in western Colorado tonight. Fire officials say they don't expect the Derby fire to grow anymore. Right now, that fire has burned more than 5,400 acres. It's 65% contained. It's burning in Garfield and Eagle counties. It was started by lightning. Officials say they expect crews to downsize over the coming days. Today, the search continues for missing paddleboarder at Horsetooth Reservoir. Poudre Fire said yesterday that person was reported missing after falling off the paddleboard. There was a thunderstorm in that area. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office says that person was not wearing a life jacket, and they say they have utilized drones, boats, and sonar to try and find that person. Efforts shifted from a rescue to recovery mission last night.
CDOT is launching an awareness campaign towards driving under the influence, but not of alcohol. They're focusing this campaign on psilocybin, commonly known as magic mushrooms. CDOT warns shrooms can lead to slower reaction times, loss of muscle control, and hallucinations. The campaign is coming just a couple of years after Colorado voters decided to decriminalize psilocybin. It is now legal to use under the supervision of a professional at a licensed healing center. Colorado State Patrol expects to start pulling more people over for this type of DUI.
This week, Colorado could get a step closer to getting its second Buc-ee's location. Palmer Lake's Board of Trustees will meet to talk about the proposal to annex land to build the giant convenience store off of I-25. Last week, the town's planning commission decided not to recommend it, citing concerns over traffic, water, and conservation. The trustees are going to weigh their recommendations on Thursday.
A large Amazon facility has sat empty along I-25 for at least a year, and folks have started to notice. The building is located in Loveland. Some locals have wondered what's been going on there. Amazon says this will be a robotics facility. When done, the company says it will process customer orders and add 1,000 jobs to the area. What's changed is the date for when it's opening. It was originally supposed to open this year. Amazon now says timing has changed a bit, and there is no start date as of now.
Democratic Governor Jared Polis declared today 988 Colorado Mental Health Line Day. Recent data shows a 15% increase in calls to that hotline. More than 93,000 people have called for mental health support over the last year. Anyone looking for mental health support can call or text 988. More than 100 trained call specialists are available to talk 24/7. You can also live chat online at 988colorado.com.